Hello, this is Devani Alderson with Marketing for Traffic, and I'm going to show you how to create memes. Memes are super popular images with quotes on them that people love sharing on social media, on their blog posts, and typically they have a really pretty photo with some motivational quote or inspiring quote, a positive quote. Other times they'll have like a photo that relates to a blog post with the title so that they can use it as a promoting way on social media to say, hey guys, check out my blog, because people these days love clicking on photos. So photo is a big thing, and I think that incorporating memes into any of your social media marketing is a very smart idea, on whether you're on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, whatever platform you're on. I highly recommend incorporating memes. Now, all the platforms have recently started prioritizing images, and so with both my brand and my clients' brands, we prioritize creating images, and anything that can come from your brand, so it has your URL at the bottom, is great content for your fans to share, so that every time anybody shares it, they can see that it comes from you. And that's always great brand awareness. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to create a meme that I like using. Now, there's tons of different softwares that you can use to create memes. I like to keep it super simple. So I use KeyNote. And if you're a PC user, you can of course use PowerPoint, and you can achieve all the same effects. In fact, I like PowerPoint a little better than KeyNote, but right now my computer doesn't support that program. So I'm just going to show you how to create a meme. I always start in KeyNote with a blank template, and you can color fill it. So if you like to do blank colors, if maybe one of your brands has a certain theme color like orange or purple, you can always pick one of those colors. I like to use images because they just pop more to me, and a lot of people can relate more to an actual vibrant image rather than just straight color. But it really depends on what look you're going for. So I've pre-loaded an image, and to do that, you just click image. If you want to choose another one, you go choose, and it's moving a little slow, and you can pick, what from images on your desktop that you have. So for this one, I've chosen this image. Now, I like to use memes to highlight blog posts, but like I said before, you can share quotes, you can share funny things, whatever you want, really. When I work with my clients, I tend to use a lot of their quotes. So whether they're authors or speakers, they tend to have a lot of cool things to say, so we grab what they've said and turned it into memes. Now I go up here to the text field and click it, and you can type in whatever you want. You can copy and paste. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to do here we go, how to use KeyNote to create a meme. So again, you can really put whatever you want on here. You can edit the font. So I go up here to format, font. So it's in the upper, space bar. So format, font, show fonts. KeyNote has tons of awesome fonts. You can really just pick whatever you want, whatever fits your brand. I like simple, easy to read fonts. But if your brand, if you're super creative and you like the script fonts, fine, really whatever you want to use. I just like something that's super clean and easy to read. Because here's the thing, people don't have a lot of time to stop and decipher. So that's why I don't like the script fonts, because you can't just scroll through your phone and almost in a flash see what it says. And so many people are on mobile, and they're just, scroll really fast. So you have literally like a couple seconds to catch their attention. So I like really bold, really clean fonts, easy to read, and large lettering. So create that. And for myself and my clients, depending on who I'm creating the meme for, I always add the website URL at the bottom. So again, I go to text and I'm just going to type in, mindmarketingfortraffic.com. Now, if you don't have a website yet, and which I don't really recommend doing too much social media marketing before you have a website to direct people to, but if you're in the building process of your website and your company and you only have a Facebook page or you only have a Twitter or an Instagram, then instead of putting the website, I'm just going to remove that, you can always enter the URL of whatever social profile. So it could just be like facebook.com/marketing for traffic. And that way you're still redirecting people to the original source of the quote, and they know when they share it, it's always there. So that's what I would recommend. Another thing, if you have a busy photo and it's hard to place a quote somewhere, it's hard to find a spot to, put any quote and the words just get hidden no matter what color you use, I create a little translucent box, and that's going up here to shapes on the upper toolbar here in KeyNote. Let me move that down so you can see that. This bar, and these have tons of options. So because here's the thing, KeyNote is really more of a, it's like PowerPoint. So it's for creating presentations. So they have tons of features that you probably aren't going to use a whole lot of for the meme creation. But I really like this one. You can create just a little box. I'm going to move it to the back here. Send to back. You can center your words with it, make it a little smaller there. And then you can go down here. This will be the color and gradient for your image. You can make it translucent. Excuse me. That way people can see. You've sort of created a spot where people can actually see the quote and it pops. Now with the words, of course, you can edit color, you can make it whatever color you want. You could go down here. You could do a strike through if you wanted to make a point on something, strike through a word. You can add shadow, and that just makes it pop out. It looks a little funky on this font, but you can choose a different font. You can do all these different cool edits on the lettering. There's different character spacings. If space is an issue, you can do that. Sentence spacing. So there's tons of different, edits you can do. And KeyNote's great if you really just don't want to hire a designer to do your graphics. You just want to create super quick graphics on the go. I can create about 5 of these in an hour. So, it's super awesome. I love it. When to get it onto your desktop, I screenshot it. Now that's good for just posting on social media or inserting into your blog post. If you want like professional logo for your site and stuff, I would still go through professional, Photoshop, go through an actual designer unless you know design, because it's not going to be a super, super high quality resolution, but on the social media, it'll be fine. People will see it. It won't be blurry. It'll be fine for that. So that's KeyNote. Super simple. The only thing that I don't necessarily like about KeyNote is that you can't really edit the actual image, which is why I like the next tool I'm going to bring up, which is Photor. And Photor is a desktop and iPhone application that you can use for editing both photo and adding text to it. I get all of my photos, or a majority of my photos, I get from Shutterstock.com, and they have a beautiful photo library that you can use for all sorts of, you can use it for social media, you can use it for getting blog article photos. And then I also take some of my own sometimes because I enjoy photography. So, you can always use your own photos. Don't discount using your own photos, because on social media, people like engaging with real, images. So, if you see something that looks cool, even a brick wall, we've sometimes taken an image of a brick wall, just taken a photo and used that as a background for a meme, and that's cool. So people like that kind of stuff. But if you want super clean, high resolution photos, Shutterstock is definitely the place to go. So I'm just going to show you Photar. Photar is an awesome photo editing app, and for this one, I've just picked a photo from Shutterstock. I don't typically have to edit a Shutterstock photo, but just for this, I'll show you how, just so you can see what the program does. So here's the photo, and think of Photar as sort of like Photoshop for people who don't like using Photoshop. You can crop your photo up here in the crop. So, size it however you want. I'm not going to size it for now. I'm just going to leave it as it is. You can add all sorts of filters. So it's also a little bit like Instagram, where you can add a bunch of filters on the different photos if you want. I like to use it on my own photos because sometimes I don't take a good photo and it needs a little brightening or color, all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to show you a few of these tips. Contrast, you can darken it, exposure. Borders is fun if you like that type of thing. I tend to like really super clean photos, so I don't tend to use borders myself, but your people might love bordered images, so whatever you want to do, however you want to do that. And then of course you've got your different cool filters. Again, unless I have to filter an image because it looks really bad, then I'd rather not. I tend to just like the natural photo. Now, the best part, of course, is the text, which is how you're going to create your meme. So you're going to come down here to text, add text. For this, I'm just going to pick, again, a title of one of my blog posts. So for social media automation tools. And of course, I'm going to do a video later on about the four tools that I would recommend anybody to use if they want to automate some of their social media and their marketing. So definitely stay tuned for that. I will also list some different resources for free photos. I know one called photopin.com, so photopin.com, or let me see, compfight.com is a good source. Those are two sources I know off the top of my head. I'll list some more in the description of the video. So again, with Photar, they have tons of awesome fonts like KeyNote. I like simple and bold. Like I said, same thing with the KeyNote. I just love simple, bold fonts, but different brands call for different fonts. So if a brand, just go with what do your folks resonate to? Do they like the cutesy fonts? Do they like bold? Do they like clean? What do they like? What are they into? What do you like? What style do you like? What do you like sharing on social media? So think about that when creating the fonts. Do you like blocky? Do you like bold? Things like that. What do you like sharing? That's one thing that I highly recommend when creating memes or any online content for that matter. What do you like to share? And create things like that you like to share. And you'll find that your audience probably likes similar things, or that you'll also find that sometimes you have to tweak what you do to fit a little bit of what your audience likes. And again, post your traffic.com. Post your link, whether it's a social media link, it's the same thing. Just whatever you're going to do, whether you're directing them to your social media or to your website. That is it for meme creation. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I look forward to creating the next video. Thank you. Bye.